saying just fucking. It's my if you're just talking.
This must be your first time.
Okay, I should first time at an event. I'm not the one armed though, man.
First time at an event.
Hey, you know what? Just listen. And check it out. Your ability to speak
there's
the
a reason
message
why.
does not trump my ability and my right to
you don't have to come armed.
Do you see me armed?
Like all your bros are.
The last big event.
Doesn't matter who's doing
That's a right we have.
No, but hold on. The last big event.
You're angry about? They're not armed, so you don't have
Who
to.
said we were angry about liberals? We're pissed off at our government for passing bullshit ass laws.
The last big event, a guy shot somebody to save somebody else's life. No, the last big event that happened up at the Capitol, somebody was shot because he was taking a hammer and he was bringing it down on a defenseless old woman's head.
Okay.
And so that's one of the reasons. That's one reason why we bring guns.
As well.
No, it's not isolated incidents. It always happens. Always happens. Always happens where we have a mob of people who want to come.
You guys are armed? Yes.
I feel much safer because we're armed. You bet, 100%. Because us being armed saves lives.
Does it?
That's what's happened.
No, because if none of us had, I don't want to get into that, but yeah, okay.
But if nobody,
does it intimidate you? Are you intimidated?
No, because you're not. I mean, well, yeah, if you were cops, it wouldn't be intimidating. But you're just some random dude.
A badge is the only.
No, they have training and they have consequences if something happens.
I don't have any training.
I don't know if you have training, but that's the difference.
he also has consequences if something happens.
Sure.
The guy that saved the other people's life, he went to jail because he saved somebody's life with his firearm. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's still consequences, even though his was justifiably a justifiable shoot.
They don't have hair triggers. Like I don't know what's gonna happen if like just rando dudes.
So you have no trust in your fellow.
I can appreciate the difference. However,
I have a lot of trust in people, and we could have a discussion about that. But at the ground level, when somebody feels like they need to come to a public event armed, then I have some reservations about where their mind is at and what they hope is going to happen at an event like this.
No, it sucks. It totally.
Always, like I lived my life homeless off and on since I was like 13 to 19, and that being like a child being out on the streets, I don't trust anyone at all. I don't trust you. I don't trust the fucking cops. I don't trust anyone.
Man.
So I carry a firearm because I know I can't trust anyone.
But
and this is the only line of defense I
have. You just
have.
escalated your relationship with all the humans around you to like a really unreasonable level.
But there's a reason though. There's a reason that people are coming armed. This is the first time in 3 years that I'm not wearing a bulletproof vest because I've had people attack me just for having a camera, and I'm still armed, but I don't have a bulletproof vest on. But the reason being is because I've had people for coming here threaten my family, threaten my life. They come into my house. They've done stuff just because I hold a camera, and I have conversations with people just like this. Am I being disrespectful, rude, racist, a Nazi, blah blah blah, all these things that are happening.
Have any problems here?
No, right, but other events there have been problems. Like I said, just not even a month ago, people were shot and shot at.
Yeah, but if people weren't bringing guns to them, no one would get shot. This is a really simple solution.
That doesn't make any sense.
But if you didn't, okay, but if you have a mob of 200 people,
that
doesn't make any sense.
We can grab branches and shit, but the damage that I can do
So you're telling me that
a ripped off muffler is quite a bit different than the damage that someone could do with a gun.
like a hammer to the cranium, like a hammer to the head, right? If he didn't have a gun, she'd be dead.
Okay, me coming to you with a hammer is I'm gonna rush you with a hammer, right?
Right.
That interaction is much different than me standing here and shooting you in the chest. Do you
Correct.
agree?
But if you're coming at him with a hammer, he doesn't have a gun, okay? And you're coming at him with a hammer, and you pop him in the. If you're ready to pop him in the skull, then me with my gun is going to save his life and put you down for being a murderer.
No, because.
That's what we're supposed to do.
I mean, that's a real life scenario.
The cops are supposed to do that.
No,
But the cops just sat there and watched.
Punisher, man.
No,
You're
but
not some vigilante superhero.
No, the cops aren't legally bound to keep you fucking safe.
No, the cops just sit there and watch it happen.
What comic book shit are you guys watching that you're like, I gotta go defend the people?
You need to stop watching CSI Miami.
No, okay, but if the cops are just sitting there watching as people are bleeding out on the street and they're not doing anything, but the mob who's coming up and assaulting people, literally, I'm talking 200 people versus 12, and the cops just sit there and watch it happen, then what's your only recourse? What are we gonna do?
You come to these things thinking that you're gonna get mobbed.
No, we know it's gonna happen.
Okay.
I walk out of my door every day knowing that somebody's going to try.
The ultimate goal is that people stop getting assaulted for exercising their First Amendment right.
Okay. What is? No. What's the ultimate goal?
The ultimate goal is that
Is
we
to-
have.
is to what?
The ultimate goal is that we can go out and
Whatever
have.
the fuck I want.
You already can.
No.
What are you
Okay.
fighting against?
No, but wait.
Violate that.
No, but they are.
Violate that.
No, but right now in the state of Washington, we have legislation on, like, getting ready to be on the books that makes what he's doing right now a felony.
Do you really think it's gonna happen?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not gonna happen.
Yes, we already passed laws that said if I were to hand you my gun to go hunting, it's a felony.
Look at all
We've
these
already
things.
passed that law because in this state, because people sat there and said we shouldn't let domestic abusers have guns. That's what they titled it as,
Not
but it's
even
already been on the
Democrats
books
wanna take away
forever.
the guns. Like nobody's doing this.
Bullshit.
They are. People are getting guns taken away all the time just because somebody accuses them. So I walk up to him.
Is that the top line goal? Is to keep gun safety or sorry,
all of our
gun.
rights.
Look at
Constitutional
this.
rights need to be protected.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Constitutional rights need to be protected. It doesn't matter.
We can all agree on this. I think,
you're saying you
I think there's a
don't.
lot of agreement that like you and the people that you're arguing against can come to.
But then that's the reason why these guys are all armed, because there was a Second Amendment rally to stand up against making open carry a felony. That's why all these guys are armed. It has nothing to do with this event. They just happen to be up there and now they're joining this event. You see what I'm saying? That's why you're seeing guys with rifles and pistols and so on. But some of us.
I can stand here and listen to her all day and
Yeah.
all the people that are in the group and doing whatever, like giving a legit message, right? And saying, this is what we're concerned about, this is what we want, this is what we want to see not happen, so on and so forth,
Right.
I'm super into it. That sounds great,
For sure.
right? As soon as someone comes up, like they're trying to go to a paintball tournament, and they're just like, I gotta protect the whatevers from the whatevers, like everything goes out the door because it looks so childish and insane.
But you have to appreciate and understand that those cops that are sitting over there and these cops that are sitting right there will literally watch you bleed out on the ground as somebody came up and they took you out with a hammer or a pipe or a brick, and they'll sit there and watch you die. They'll sit there and watch you die.
Why do you think that?
It's happened. It's happened so many times here in this city.
Okay.
And in Portland,
is that
and in
because
Seattle.
I've never seen that anyplace else. Like the cops, like they come in and sort this shit out. Right?
The cops. The
Is this
cops.
like a-
4
is
days
this
to
an
find Michael
Olympian
Renault
thing
for
that
fucking
you-
No,
James Killing.
this is
Are
a
you
West
serious?
Coast thing. It's a West Coast thing. If you want, dude, I have thousands of hours of footage of this exact same thing happening. Go to Common Sense Conservative on YouTube. You can go to Black Conservative Preacher on Facebook and YouTube. You can go to Primetime Patriot on YouTube. We all have footage of all these guys sitting there doing this. It's real coverage. It's live streams. We're sitting there like this going, boom, this is what happened. Hey, do you see those 50 cops
what
watching?
the mandate is that prevents them from doing something like that? Because I mean, when you just present it like that, it sounds kind of insane.
Oh, it is insane. It's 100% insane,
okay.
and that's why I always wear a bulletproof vest and a gun.
Can you see why I'm like, I can't believe that that's actually true.
I know, no, I totally get it. I totally understand. And
When you wake up to it, it's gonna be crazy. Like everything that you like see right now, the way everything that was built up around you, it's all fucking lies. It's all facade. When you finally wake up,
This is what's annoying about this whole thing when like we're divided like this. You and I agree on all this shit. We
Right.
agree on 93% of all this stuff, but it's the presentation that's fucking insane.
Well, that's because
Right.
I've been
And
fighting
it
for
is
the last
insane. We
years.
shouldn't live
I
in
wear
this
this vest
country.
because I've had people
It
from
shouldn't be a
Seattle
thing.
come all the way down there to Portland to try to come and kill me. Like fucking, like yeah, no, like I've seen it all. I've been down there.
I've been held
through
up at
that
knife
riot
point. I had a
for
knife
over
to my stomach, right?
160 some
It
odd
doesn't
days.
mean that I'm going to walk around armed all the time and live in fear constantly. It's
Well,
insane.
I have no idea what you're talking
That's
about.
not fear.
I feel like I'm the biggest dick in the locker room right now. Like I am not in any fear
Right, because you
whatsoever.
need the equipment to feel that way, though,
Oh,
man.
no, even with all this shit gone, but no, I came down to support everybody who's having their Second Amendment, wearing a plate carrier just in case
No,
of ricochet or
she's
whatnot.
doing real work.
And everything's okay.
The people that are up there trying to deliver a message, they're doing real work. You're trying to intimidate people. There's a difference.
Who am I trying to intimidate?
exercising
Unless you're a
his rights.
communist, I'm not trying to
I mean, this
intimidate
keeps
anyone.
Antifa
But if
away
you're a
from
communist,
attacking us.
I hope I scare the living shit out of you.
You're standing here and talking right now, that is your First Amendment. It's no different than with them holding their Second Amendment. It's not childish, it's appropriate. You have the right, you have the right to say what you want. These men have the right to say what they want. They're just doing it without opening their
There's a
mouth,
difference between
which is what
we
a
have
lot of
rights to
people
do a lot of things
learn how
that
to
we
do is
shouldn't
shut
do
their
in
mouth.
polite society. That's the difference.
What about this is a polite society? Tell me where, when your government tossed you all away 50 fucking years ago. When did this was?
What?
When has this been a polite
No,
society
sorry, I missed
after
what
which
you
way?
said. When what?
When your government threw you off the ship 50 years ago.
We agree, man. We agree. Like there's
There's nothing polite about any of this anymore.
The
Like, there's
main
so much
thing
work
is-
you have
the main
to do
thing
to
is
rebuild.
that's why it's so maddening to me because like you guys get angry at the left and the left gets angry at the right, but like we have the same enemies. We have common enemies.
Yeah, no.
But like,
You preach it to the choir.
but
Preach
like
it to the
people
choir.
can't fucking come together. It's so frustrating.
Yeah,
No,
it is.
No, because your presentation is shit.
Oh, if you're gonna be fucking afraid over a fucking plate carrier and a gun,
Okay,
you're just superficial.
I gotta ask, man. Are you talking
but at least they have.
Can I ask you real fast?
Yeah,
You're talking the presentation as a whole for
getting
people's
parched,
feelings.
man.
I got water for you. I got you. Look, we have to share something. I don't know if you're cool with that this day and age.
Nah, I can't do it.
All
I
right,
can't do
good.
it. Yeah.
What I'm saying is like the presentation as a whole for people that are trying to get a message heard, right? You got the left that are out last night. You see what's going on in Portland? No. They were protesting against ICE, but their march ended up smashing out windows on all these public buildings to get their message heard.
Same thing here
And
last
things
night.
have gotten violent on both
Are
sides.
those,
You
are
can
those
agree on that, right?
opportunists that are just trying to take advantage
Well,
of
that's
a
who
little
knows.
thing?
It's the group to hold themselves to a higher level of
We
accountability.
do
right?
know. You're a sweetheart. Thanks, man.
But in these situations, you can agree that what we've seen in the last year has been a confession of danger. In these situations, people got hurt, people got cheers. We saw that happen. People died, right? At the end of the day, it's a dangerous world we live in, right? And you see people like this. In these
Danger
situations,
is where you see it,
in
man.
these
Like, if you're looking
situations,
for danger,
man,
you're gonna
you have
find
to
it.
agree
That's
that
the
out in
difference.
these protests, man, like it's gotten dangerous. People have been attacked. But every time I turn on a live stream, many of these people can tell you flat out they've been attacked in the streets. For just being there filming, showcasing what's happening.
I'm not. If you heard me defend those people, I'm not going to defend.
I'm
the
talking
people
about
that are
why you see a
attacking
lot of people
guys.
that are carrying weapons and are
Attacking
protecting
anybody.
themselves because there's definitely fear for your mortality. People are afraid right now that there's people that are going to come in, instigators or not.
But my
that are
assertion
gonna
is
do
that
things
A,
to
it's
cause
an
harm.
irrational fear, and B, we're.
But
like,
when does it become irrational fear? When does it become rational?
By bringing guns to this shit.
Well,
is what
it's
I'm
a-
saying.
I know, but when does it become
It's
irrational
not an
fear? Like
irrational
again,
fear. I have a 13-year-old over here who is going to talk soon, and she appreciates every single one of these men when she is at a
That's
rally.
fine because she lives in fear, but people that don't
no.
live in fear don't.
But wait, but the question is, when does it become?
It's protection.
It's an equalizer.
But when does it become a rational fear? When people have come to my house, people have assaulted me, people have thrown bricks at me, people have people have stabbed my filmers, they've shot friends of mine. So when does it become rational? That's the question. When does it become rational? You talked about having a knife pulled on you. Hold on.
What about that?
You've talked about having a knife pulled on you. So when for you does it become rational? When 2 knives get pulled on you, 3 knives get pulled on you, 4 knives get pulled on you? At what point does it become a rational fear?
I like in Seattle, I got knife in my stomach, right? I was in Poland, I was in Russia. Things have happened to me before, right? But like, it doesn't. We can be angry at the government, we can be angry at institutions. We can't be angry at each other individually, right? I've had heinous shit happen to me. I still trust my fellow man, right? We have to. There's no other way to go on.
But when does it become
when
rational?
I start bringing, when I start bringing tanks to the whatevers, it just makes me. I'm ratcheting up the temperature on an argument.
Alright, I understand the comparison, but I think it's a little outlandish. You ain't owning an M1A1.
Where's the tanks at?
No, but you could, right? Like that's the thing. Is like, where do you want to stop,
driving a
right?
Panzer
Like,
down
do
the fucking road,
you want to bring
When someone
like an
pulls a
Abrams
brick out on
thing
me,
and be like,
I'm gonna
I'm
pull a gun
protecting
out
my
and tell them to
people?
back the fuck up so I don't have to.
You're talking about escalation of force at that point in time.
I've seen tanks brought out by the police. Like
Yeah, the cops do.
Yeah,
they bring out
we've
barriers.
militarized the police and it's fucking ridiculous.
Right. Okay. So you can appreciate that, like when you see that excessive amount of like artillery and force, like at some point, when do you not say, hey man, we have no need for you to go ahead and buy tanks to enforce laws on the people for the people. Like sometimes
agree.
it's the people that are saying, hey man, we're good on our own, we got this.
Yeah.
But the same reason they have invested $450 billion in Seattle new police force, right? Like you can
No,
imagine
it's outrageous.
people on their own that have a 13-year-old
That's
living
what
at home
I'm
might
saying.
say,
Like, there's
hey
so
man,
much
like, we need to
agreement.
protect
It's so maddening.
our own. You know what I mean? So, and that's the individual. Some people feel more comfortable walking the streets without protection. You know what I mean? Like, though I've seen a flip-flop used in a Samoan home as a dangerous weapon.
Oh,
Just say that right
Don't
now.
mess with the chanclas, man.
But I can tell you right now, man, it's different for everybody. Like some people feel strongly about the fact that they need. I've been stabbed multiple times. On 2 different occasions, I've had 11 stabbings total. But like, so I wear stab vests because I don't want to have surgeries that are potentially life-threatening. Sure. And it was in no effect of my own. But at the end of the day, I couldn't think about it. But I don't want to be in a situation moving forward where I'm like, you know, and it'd be like, oh no, I didn't bring my protection.
But it's such a rare, like I would rather be able to like just kind of live freely and move, like forget the top level institutional stuff. We're talking about like individual stuff, right? And I'm saying that like
they live in the water.
Just like
they live close to water.
trust
There's lizards out here within 5 feet. There's a lizard
like
guaranteed.
on the face of it,
There might be a lizard inside.
but then when I see this, then I don't. It's not that I can't trust them because I think they're trying to exercise their rights. I think that they're coming looking for shit to happen, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that they're like, let's do this shit, right?
Well, so
Some are.
And I can't.
Some are. I mean, yeah, that's something like that's some for sure. But
Why feed into that? Like, why even encourage that shit, right? It's like I'm not. I don't know.
I don't know. I wear.
need it and have it, not need it, then need it, not have it type situation.
Yeah,
where
I don't know. I've never ascribed to anything like that. Like, I don't
Like I wear.
Yeah,
Man, that's gotta really suck for your medicine
It's so
cabinet.
intimidating, then like you wouldn't have easily been able to approach them because like when I watch,
It's not about
but
intimidation.
when I would watch them on TV,
And you were just saying that I was super
would have me
I was
look
scary.
at this whole line of white.
I don't think I'm that scary. I thought I looked cute.
Don't go down.
You do have a glow about you.
Hey, it's the Portland thing. I'm sorry. I promise you, I'm not
This is
coming
the
for
first
you.
sunlight we've seen in forever. Stop talking about people's glow. Okay? Seriously.
Okay, so I'm calling out here in support, but it's never been, you know, I don't like to follow the perception of what media or somebody else is playing. People make it look like something, and you never know somebody's story. That's like if, let's say, my home was being attacked or I was constantly being attacked on the street, and then you don't know my story, and I'm wearing my gun, then what gives you that right to prejudge me without knowing my story? That's the problem. No, everybody don't know each other's stories, and we're always constantly prejudging each other based on our.
I mean, it might be a
perception of what we
caricature, but I feel like when I see people coming looking like they're going to the paintball range, I feel like I have a pretty good idea what.
I just want to know what paintball ranges you go to where like somebody's dressed in this. Do you know how much gear I'm wearing? Do you know how much
Yeah, they take it. They
how
take
much
it for
gear that I'm wearing right now?
seriously.
I'm wearing about $2,000 worth of gear. And you know what? I go to work in this every single day in Portland. We have over $249 million budget for our law enforcement, and we don't get fucking jack shit. I have to wait 2 hours for officers to show up for people fucking freaking out, being all drugged up, ODing, all this other crazy shit. 2 fucking hours. So I wear all this gear because I know that when I leave my front fucking door, it's either my life or their life. And that's the way it is. And I also got Antifa after me. They come up and they try to stalk me at my jobs. They post up their little Nazi stickers at my work and shit. Like fucking, I have so much other shit that I have to make sure that I'm alive for, to make sure that my family's safe and my future generations are safe.
So what have you done? Okay, this is gonna sound really shitty, and I apologize. In
That's
advance
all right.
for this.
No.
What have you done to attract that energy that then you feel like you
Fuck
need to-
communists.
You just show
Fuck
up.
Communists.
Honestly,
I have no-
all you gotta do is show up. You show up to this thing.
Person who came out, so I got death threats and I had my name and my information posted everywhere and said it a black.
No big deal, right?
You know what is it? A black. What they call me? Coon and all these other things.
Uncle Tom, that's a big one.
I think we're talking about you're getting it from a different group of people than he's.
No, same group.
No, it's not.
Same group.
It's the same group.
Same thing with.
I came out through there, and I didn't even
The
have one
Antifa
stuff.
people are calling
Majority
you a
white,
coon?
yes.
100%. You want to see real racists in America? Go to an Antifa rally. Look at him. 100%.
So okay, like, again, I'm not
So yeah,
defending
it doesn't
Antifa, I'm
matter
not
what
defending
color
anybody,
you are. If
but
you don't
like,
align with
they're-
Antifa, they're gonna attack you. His daughter is missing. They said they're calling her an in baby.
here, right? And I heard the fucking crazy.
I was like, I don't beat the
This
shit
is
out
why.
of him.
This is how we can be like, okay, there's this white chick down here losing her fucking mind on a black dude, and she's like, she's yelling just like Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. And she's like, you're black. Why don't you get this? Blah blah. I'm quoting someone. Don't fucking at me, people that are like just kind of. But she was like losing her shit on this black dude, and she was like, why can't you understand? And da 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 da. So yeah, I mean.
Oh, it's crazy. But see,
I'm telling you, we have a lot of agreement on this stuff. Like,
but that's the insanity, though. Right there, that's the insanity. Why, like, I wear a bulletproof vest, and I'm a big dude, right? I'm scary already without wearing a vest. So I sit there and I put on my vest. My vest has saved my life multiple times. Well, yeah, as soon as people start talking to me, yeah, we get along. Yeah, I'm not, yeah. So, but like, my vest has saved my life multiple times. So I wear my vest for safety. I didn't wear my vest today because, I mean, there's guns everywhere. Like, I feel pretty safe. I mean,
I got you safe.
It's cool, right? So, but it's like, but if all these guys weren't
Why do
here,
you trust just random people with guns, though?
It's the demeanor. I think that's what makes that presence.
because okay,
all brothers.
99% of gun crime that happens in this country are not done by law-abiding citizens.
Amen.
So if you have a whole bunch of people out here open carrying, odds are they're law-abiding citizens. Because you're not gonna find somebody who's gonna go
law-abiding, but still be like have a bit of a trigger finger and a little bit of like you want some adrenaline.
You could, but statistically, like the very first ever like shooting at a gun store happened like a week ago or a month ago, but it never happens. You never have a shooting at a Second Amendment rally. You've never had a shooting at the NRA. You've never had a shooting at places where law-abiding citizens are gathered with firearms. Like it has never. It's happened once now, huh?
You're gonna shoot your own.
Well, yeah, but you're not gonna.
What you just said, I think, is a big deal. Though. You're not going to shoot your own because what the thing is, I think we missed the point is that we're representing all people. All people. Our own is these are all American citizens right now here in America, or vice versa, anyone else as well. But they're all people. Right?
Even though we're debating, you're our own. Like that's we look at it. We're debating. We don't agree on everything, right? But you're still one of our own. Every single person here would defend you with their lives if something were to happen to you just sitting here.
But thanks.
But we would. That's the thing.
That's the difference between us and them. We'll actually have your back because you're a human
No,
being.
there's
Whereas
any-
they will
well,
put you right out to
he's-
the woods.
he was
If you're not
using-
knees down and hands up, you're gonna get attacked.
He was using like language
Fuck
that
that. I
with their
believe my
lives,
country,
right? Like
there's only men and a woman.
I will defend you. I'm not going to put my life on the line for you. That's the difference, right? Like, and not no.
That's reasonable. Yeah, like
that's too much, right? Like,
that's reasonable.
But a lot of us
It's reasonable, even though we might not agree. Like it's a
I think he's talking like
reasonable.
burning building situation. I
Yeah.
think that's like if the guy's going to fisticuffs, he's like,
I get it.
step
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I don't know you. Like why would I die for you? Certain people are wired that way. Certain people aren't, and that's what I mean by it's reasonable.
Carry, huh? No.
There's no need for it.
What happens when the day comes? Let's just say, heaven forbid, I would never wish anything upon you, ever.
I get you.
Ever, seriously. What happens when you are robbed at gunpoint?
I mean, I've been robbed, not at gunpoint, but at knife point a couple of times. I mean, it happens. But you just keep. I've had my business broken into, completely wiped out, and then gone, right? But it doesn't mean that I'm gonna like armor up the fucking place and get guns and stuff. It's just not.
But at what point? But at what point would
You
you?
just won't ever take a stand.
Would you? At what point would you?
It's not about not taking a stand.
But it's not even about taking a stand. Like, at what point would you put bars on your windows? Like, if they broke into your place every day, would you end up doing
bars
it?
and being like I'm gonna turn it into security like Fort fucking Knox, or I'm gonna hire some dudes to just monitor outside.
I think you're coming down to level of protection. Really, I think commonly, like if you look at you right now, like you have a gun as a woman, like what's that whistle for around your neck?
Oh, this whistle?
Yeah, that's typically referred to as a
Because
rape
this
whistle,
is,
though, right?
Yeah, this is my first line of defense.
do
if
you
they
feel-
got a chance to come first for me.
Do you feel safer having protection as a woman in the world? Do you feel like carrying a weapon keeps you safer?
Yeah.
Okay, and even the whistle is something to allow people to know that there might be trouble.
It's like having a cell phone on you. You feel comfortable knowing you can grab that to call
Some people leave
somebody.
their house without a cell phone, so it's a level of protection. So like you said, bars
But
are
there's
one
some
thing.
people that need it more than others, right? Like I'm not
No, we all
I
have
think
the right to protect ourselves.
It's not about
Instead of
rights.
us up
No,
around
we
the
have a lot of rights to do a lot of insane
Look
shit
at all
that
of
we
our
want to.
politicians.
It's
They've
about
got security all around them. They've hired their own security. They're doing what they're telling us not to do. They're telling us not to protect ourselves, but they are steady putting a wall up around themselves and blinding themselves with security. All the Democrats, all of our politicians. I mean, look what's going on in the Capitol. Look what's going on in our Capitol.
I don't know what's going on in your capital, but yeah.
You don't know what's going on at the Capitol?
I don't live here, man. But
Okay, I'm talking about the national Capitol
Oh, the
right
national,
now.
yeah.
I mean, there's an 8-foot fence around it with armed militia.
Same here too.
Sure, because insanos busted in thinking they were gonna put their
Yeah, but what's the
large
threat
savior back
now?
on the
What's the threat now?
presidency.
That's the problem.
Whoa.